People think half is something simple. If something exists, you divide it into two, and each side is exactly equal. Like premium and discount in price ranges. But here comes the punch to the gut. The half, 0.5, does not exist in nature. It simply does not exist. It's a human invention. Let me explain. Take an apple. Try to cut it in half. One side will always be heavier, thicker, hold more water, or contain more cells. There is no two equals. There are only two parts that seem equal, because the eye and brain prefer simplicity over truth. On the subatomic level, you cannot divide mass, charge, or position with sterile, absolute precision. A particle vibrates, shifts, changes. Atoms are not arranged in a perfect mathematical geometry. The natural truth is, nature does not work with halves. It works with ratios. 2. If halves don't exist, why do humans believe in them? Here enters the psychological dimension. The human mind is inherently linear. It loves order. It loves doubling, having, equal versus equal. It is wired for it. Human mind need linear structures. Start and finish. Birth and death. Day and night. Good and bad. They count the world around them in constant equal values. Let's split the work 50 to 50. The price doubled. Half an hour passed. I want half of the Coke bottle. The mind likes straight division. It soothes us. It gives the illusion of balance. But nature is chaotic, and it does not recognize the human invention called 0.5. 3. Even Earth's motion proves this. People believe the year is 365 days. But that's just simplification, a tool for organizing human life. The truth. No single revolution of Earth around the Sun is identical to the next. For example, Orbit 1, 365.236. Orbit 2, 365.2422. Orbit 3, 365.2399. Tiny differences. Fraction. Fractal. But they exist, and they are fractal, patterns of inaccuracy that repeat themselves. Nature does not give linear rotation. It gives movement with noise, dynamics, deviation, correction, drift. 4. So how does nature seek balance? Through golden ratios. If 0.5 does not exist in nature, nature balances through ratios, not halves. These 0.618, 0.382. These are not random numbers. They appear in anatomy, growth, physics, waves, planetary motion. This is the inner language of the natural system. 5. Now the physical explanation. Why motion spins around a center instead of crashing into it. Gravity, the result of mass. The heavier an object is, the more it pulls others toward it. But here is the amazing paradox. No planet ever falls into the sun. Why? Because of momentum, speed, movement. When a body moves forward and is pulled sideways, it doesn't collapse inward. It curves and orbits around the source of gravity. This is the universal oscillation. Inward pull, forward motion, curved, fractal path around the center. The body never hits the exact balance point. Just like price. 6. And now the most accurate analogy for microfractal oscillation. A slingshot, like the one David used. The stone never hits the axis. It rotates around it. It stores energy. It accumulates. It approaches and retreats, but never rests in the middle. This is a real oscillation. Rotation around a center. A distance that constantly changes. Energy being built. A pull toward a center that is never actually reached. This is how price behaves relative to 0.5. It doesn't touch it. It orbits it, accumulates, and returns to the boundaries of 0.382 to 0.618, like the stone returning to its fractal path. 7. And why is that the range where price breathes? Because 0.382 to 0.618 is the energetic distance where momentum and pull balance without collapse. This is the zone where the forces approach equality. but never reach equality. And therefore movement exists. And therefore life exists. And therefore fractals exist. This range is the natural radius of price. Everything outside it requires unusual energy. Everything inside it is natural breathing. 8. Summary: a view of Fibonacci like you've never heard before. 0.5 is a psychological idea, not a physical reality. Nature balances through ratios, not halves. Fibonacci ratios are the language through which energy disperses and reorganizes. Price behaves like a stone in a slingshot, drawn inward but never touching the center. The oscillation between 0.382 and 0.618 is the natural motion of a system that is never truly stable. The financial market is not a chart, it is a fractal energy system.